How to calculate CGPA.
So I'm going to use this as an example. Let's say in your first semester you offered 3 courses, and these courses were Chem 111, Chem 134, Chem 119, and the credit units allocated to these courses were 2, 1, and 3. Let's take for example that you had the grade you accumulated. You had an A in Chem 111, you had an E in Chem 134, and you had a C in Chem 119. Now, to each of these grades, we have what are called grade points. For example, A is allocated with a grade point of 5, B is allocated with a grade point of 4, C is allocated with a grade point of 3, and D is allocated with a grade point of 2, E is 1, F is 0. So in your first semester, looking at Chem 111, 134, 119, you had A, E, and C. So the grade point for scoring an A in Chem 111 is 5. The grade point for scoring an E in Chem 134 is 1. And the grade point for scoring C in Chem 119 is 3. Now, we also have what is called the cumulative unit equivalent. So what this means is that you're essentially going to be multiplying your credit unit for each of the courses by the grade point. So you get to see that Chem 111 has credit unit 2, and the grade point, what you scored was an A, which is 5. So you're going to have 2 multiplied by 5, which is 10. Do it likewise for Chem 134. You have 1 multiplied by 1 to give 1. Chem 119, 3 credit units, you scored at a C, and that's a grade point of 3. So 3 multiplied by 3 is 9. Now, how do you now derive your GPA, right? Your grade point average. So to do this, you take the total of the cumulative unit equivalent. So the total of 10 plus 1 plus 9, which will give you 20. So then you take the total credit unit. Now, for those courses, we have 2, 1, and 3. For you to get your GPA, you now have to divide the total credit unit earned, that's CUE, divided by the total credit unit. So you have 20 divided by 6. So you have 3.33, and that is your GPA. Now, how do you get your CGPA? CGPA is cumulative. That means you need the second semester result to calculate your CGPA. Now, let's take for example again, in your second semester you offered 3 courses. This time around, Chem 109, Chem 167, and Chem 119, with credit unit 4, 5, and 3. And let's say you got a D in Chem 109, you got a B in Chem 167, I got an F in Chem 119. Now, looking at the grade, remember we still have grade point. So for a D, you have a 2 point. For a B, you have 4. For an F, you got 0 grade point. So how do you get your cumulative unit earned? Again, do the multiplication just as we've done previously. Credit unit multiplied by the grade point. So in this case, for Chem 109, we have 4 multiplied by 2, 8. 5 multiplied by 4, 20. Then Chem 119, 3 multiplied by 0, it's 0. See the effect of carryover, right? So now, how do you calculate the GPA for the second semester? Just as we've done previously. Take the total cumulative unit equivalent divided by the total credit unit earned. So that means you're going to have 8 plus 20 plus 0. That is 28. And for your total credit units, Chem 1094, Chem 1675, Chem 1193. 4 plus 5 plus 3, that is 12. And 28 divided by 12 is 2.33. So that is your GPA for your second semester. Now to get your CGPA, which tells you your class of degree, you have to take the average of the first semester and the second semester. In your first semester, we had 3.33. add it to the second semester where you had 2.33, then divide it by 2, which is the average. So you get to see that you have a CGPA of 2.83. Now, what does 2.83 mean?